Alright, this one's gonna hit hard. We're diving into the heartbreaking case of Meika Jordan, a case that shook an entire community and exposed the terrifying reality of child abuse. How did this happen? How did no one stop it? And what can we learn from it? Let's break it down. Meika Jordan's story is one that leaves you with more questions than answers. A little girl with her whole life ahead of her, taken away in the worst way possible. And the worst part? It could have been prevented. This case highlights just how hidden child abuse can be and how it can go unnoticed, sometimes until it's too late. At first, authorities were told that Micah's injuries were from an accident, but something wasn't adding up. The deeper investigators looked, the more disturbing the truth became. The injuries didn't match the story, and soon enough the real nightmare started unfolding. Micah's case wasn't just tragic, it was infuriating. Evidence pointed to a pattern of abuse that had been happening behind closed doors for way too long. When the truth finally came to light, it was gut-wrenching. This wasn't just a one-time incident, it was a horrifying escalation of violence that ended in the unthinkable. The investigation revealed that Micah had suffered unimaginable abuse at the hands of people who were supposed to protect her. And when the evidence became undeniable, the case took a major turn. Arrests were made, justice had to be served. So let's break down the timeline. Micah's injuries were initially brushed off as an accident, something that happens way too often in abuse cases. But when medical professionals took a closer look, red flags started flying. The nature of her injuries pointed to something far more sinister, and once investigators started digging, the truth was impossible to ignore. Interviews with key witnesses revealed a disturbing pattern. Micah had shown signs of abuse before, but like in so many cases, those signs were either missed or dismissed. This raises the question, how many other children are suffering in silence right now, and what can be done to intervene before it's too late? The verdict? Guilty, but let's be real, no sentence could ever bring back what was lost. Meika Jordan's case became a rallying cry, forcing people to ask tough questions about child protection laws and the warning signs of abuse. Could more have been done? How many other cases like this go unnoticed? This case is a painful reminder of the need for stronger systems to protect children, and more importantly, it shows why we can't ignore the red flags. If something feels off, speak up, it might just save a life. Alright, let's talk solutions, because while Micah's story is heartbreaking, we have to use it as a lesson. Knowing the warning signs of child abuse can literally save lives. Look out for unexplained injuries, sudden behavioral changes, fear of going home, or extreme secrecy. These aren't just quirks. Sometimes they're cries for help. And here's the tough part. What do you do if you suspect something? First off, trust your gut. If something feels wrong, it probably is. Talk to a teacher, a counselor, or even call a child protection hotline. You might feel like it's not your place, but let me tell you, if it stops even one case like Meika's, it's worth it. So what do you think? Could this tragedy have been prevented? What more can we do to stop child abuse before it's too late? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to learn more about how to spot the warning signs and help, check out my other videos on the topic. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because these are the conversations that matter.